The Washington legislature recently passed an assault weapon ban. Mr. Ferguson, you supported that and I think promoted it for many years. The state has enacted a raft of gun control, gun safety laws in recent years. Advocates for further gun safety restrictions point to the ongoing rash of shootings that seem to greet us in the news every day, and they're still looking for perhaps more restrictions, perhaps even on existing assault weapons, things like that. At the same time, people who value the Second Amendment and some of the gun stores that are operating under the current restrictions say it's just going to drive them out of business. I'll start with you, Mr. Ferguson. Should the state go further, are there any other restrictions that you're looking at with licensing or tracking of guns in the state?
I think we're always keeping an open mind, but I think it's important to start from a place of, I'm someone who supports the Second Amendment. But just like I can't yell fire in this place right now when there's not a fire, even though I have a First Amendment speech, there are restrictions on all of our constitutional rights, including the Second Amendment. So I believe in responsible limitations. That's why I didn't support the ban on the sale of assault weapons and the ban on the sale of high-capacity magazines. As Attorney General, I led on that issue. I proposed that as agency request legislation. I don't have to do that, but I felt this issue was so important. I fought for it. I advocated for years and got it across the finish line without a single Republican legislature voting for it. My opponent opposes the ban on the sale of assault weapons. My opponent opposes the ban on the sale of high-capacity magazines. My opponent even opposes universal background checks, supported by more than 60% of Washingtonians. This is an issue that's close to my heart. We need to make sure that we're protecting Washingtonians, kids in schools. We just saw another recent tragedy that's become all too common. After the Mukilteo shooting several years ago here in Washington State, I met with family members impacted by that senseless tragedy. And that, frankly, is what moved me, Jim, to become a leader in this issue and advocate it so that never happens again in Washington State.
Mr. Reichert, do you feel comfortable where the state is? Do you think any of the restrictions go too far? Would you propose any new ones?
Well, what I would like to do is focus on gun crime. And I have a record of doing that. When I was the sheriff, we put together a group of people. The first time in history, I would say, that we brought ceasefire and the NRA to the same conference table to discuss gun crime. So we came up with the King County Firearms Coalition, which was very successful in reducing gun crime and gang violence. That was actually moved to the Safe Cities Initiative, which was a Clinton-Gore initiative. We were one of the 10 safe cities recognized across the country. We're the only county sheriff's office that was recognized as reducing gun crime. And again, that's an example of bringing people together, looking at the problem, looking at facts, finding solutions, and actually having results. It was later changed to Project Safe Neighborhoods, which was a Bush-Cheney initiative. I would look forward to implementing programs similar to Safe Cities, similar to Project Safe Neighborhoods, and bringing people together to address the issue of gun crime. Again, you have to hold people accountable and responsible, those people that are committing crimes with guns.